will you finally just call it quits and say, I'm done hurting myself? I'm done lying to myself. I'm ready for freedom. It seems necessary then to be watchful for the self-deception because it creeps back in through the back door repeatedly. You usher it out through the front door, it comes back in through the back door, and the next thing you know, you've been fooled again. And there you are, rejecting your experience, insisting, "Oh no, I don't want that. I want the easy solution. I'll just wait here for the easy solution. I don't want to have to do I don't want to have to like be awake or pay attention or feel anything. I just want the easy solution. I'm just going to stay here and suffer forever until I get the easy solution." It's like, come on, wake up. And it seems like we just have to keep on noticing because it keeps on happening, doesn't it? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that you keep on getting fooled? So I suggested earlier making a list. How many of you have made a list? A couple of you have made a list. Out of 66, 3 people made a list. Now, I can tell you that the ones who make the list stand a chance of getting the results. And the ones who refuse to make a list, you're not going to get the results. Now, I know you're going to say, "Oh, come on. That how could you say that, Joey? You don't know that. You don't know. You don't have a monopoly on the truth. You can't know that's true." Have you gotten the results yet? I mean, because look, the way that you're doing it is just the same old way. It's the same old way that didn't give the results. I'm suggesting something that can give results. And I know human nature. Out of 66 people, at best, 6 people will make a list. And the rest will make excuses for why they won't. And it's okay. It's just be honest about it. You're going to keep on suffering. If you want the results, then you have to be willing to actually do something different other than how you've done it up to now. Now, once you've made the list, you're like, "Joey, I made the list and nothing's changed." Just proves you're full of shit, Joey. That's just the starting point. Now, at least you know this is what you've been using to hurt yourself. Next is be willing to lose it. Be willing to lose whatever it is that you're afraid of losing. One at a time. So let's do it together. Some people are saying list of things. Okay, so a list. So just so that we can all be clear here. So it's a list of the things that where you feel uncomfortable. You can think of it however you want. Things you're afraid to lose, things you're afraid to experience, whatever. The point is, these are the things that you feel uncomfortable to think about these things. You're afraid, what if these things were to come to pass? What if people were to find out that I'm fill in the blank, right? What if they were to find out that I have whatever, fill in the blank, right? What if, I didn't wear my makeup? What if I lost all my money? What if my family learned that I lost all my money? What if my friends knew that I really was I was a kleptomaniac? What if, okay, the things that you're afraid of, whatever, big, small, whatever, those things, the things you say, "No, no, 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 I can't have that, not that, no way." Anything other than that, won't allow it. Now, my recommendation is that you work through the list one at a time. Maybe there are other ways of doing this. the way that I recommend is just do it one at a time. It seems to be more certain. If you come up with a better system that gives better, faster results, fantastic. I'm very happy about that. And the way that I can, with confidence, recommend to you that I know will work is one at a time. So let's do it together right now. Select one thing from your list. And if you're not familiar with this at all, if you've never gone through this process, maybe don't start with something that is like a 10 out of 10 that freaks you out. Not that it really matters, but just it will probably be easier for you to start if it's something that's more of a, middle of the intensity kind of thing. Just notice when you think about it. What is it that you try not to think about? What is it you try to avoid when you think about it? What is it you do? What you tell yourself, oh, that will never happen, or I can control that, or it's not going to be so bad. What is it that you do to try and avoid the discomfort of it? And don't do that. Notice how much effort is involved in that. If there are things that you are trying to avoid, you're thinking about it and then trying to avoid it, right? So when you've selected something from your list, and I'm inviting you to think about it and notice what you do trying to avoid what it is that you're really afraid of. You either try to look at something else, you tell yourself something, you make some effort trying to avoid. Don't do that. Just see how much unnecessary effort that is, how that exhausts you. It drains you of your energy. Don't do that to yourself anymore. Now, that's it. Forget about it for a moment. Think about something completely different. Just something else for a moment. You don't need to dwell on anything. Now, think about this thing, the same item from your list. Think about it again. When you think about it this time, do you notice that something has changed? Something has changed. It has to have changed. It's changed because you've changed. Because whether you realize it or not, if you sincerely follow the instructions that I gave last time, you discovered, albeit perhaps unconsciously, that whatever it is that you were afraid of, it wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't nearly as big of a deal as you thought. That you could actually survive it. In fact, that it's inevitable that you would survive because you're not who you thought you were.